I'm going to use an example of how I get through the weekly grading of the general tech assignments. General tech is where we write about a very basic aspect of technology to expose students to the wide world of tech, and then they write a paragraph or two to respond to it. Very simple, but the problem with responses is that they go to the grader and nobody else, and we want to be able to get these to lots more people. That we want to have the students kind of collaborating and looking at each other's ideas so that this assignment has more legs. To do that, we need to copy the text that everybody writes and then share that on a Google Doc or on the wiki or something, and then people can do with it what they may from there. So not only do we need to grade 35 to 50 assignments, but we also have to copy their text and then move it over to where we want it to be. So this is the process of doing that completely manually, the least possible efficient way of doing things. So that would be just to read it and then copy all the text, edit, copy it, go over to text edit, which is where I have sort of the master list, paste it in, copy that, paste it. Now, this takes not it doesn't take like 10 minutes to do one, but it takes a significant amount of time. And when you're doing 50 of these, it takes up a lot of your time, and it also takes up a bunch of your energy. It's very draining to do these menial tasks over and over and over again. So after copying all that stuff, you have to then give them a passing grade and hit next, go on to the next person, do it all again. So there are ways to make this go faster. This is the first step of automation, is to think about what is the exact process that I go through to go from zero to my end state. We can use keystrokes to navigate around this web page. We can also use keyboard shortcuts to take the place of edit, copy, edit, paste, clicking around in the dock to get to other applications. So a lot of people don't realize that you can use the tab key to cycle through web elements. So hitting tab will move focus over to return. Hitting it again will choose focus onto next. Hitting it again will highlight the text area. I can then hit Command A to copy all the text, Command A to select all the text, Command C to copy all the text, Command Tab to get me to text edit, Command V to paste it, and then get this guy again, copy, paste, tab over back, hit pass, and then hit next, go on to the next one. So that was faster, but we could get it to be faster than that. And that's when you kind of graduate from using the tools that are built into your computer and going with more intentional, more powerful solutions. So the application that I cannot live without is Keyboard Maestro. It allows you to create macros, which are basically just automated sets of actions. It's user-friendly, it's ridiculously powerful, and it saves you a lot of time. It even counts how much time it saves you. So to date, I've saved 29 hours by automating various tasks. This is the macro that I came up with for the general tech grading. Actually, this is it. General tech submission repaste. It took me a bit to build, a lot of trial and error, but once you get it working exactly the way that you want it, then you'll never have to do that same menial task again. The computer will just do it for you. And so what it does is that remember I tabbed through the various elements to get to the thing that I wanted, and then I used some other keyboard shortcuts. And this allows you to just sort of tell the computer to do them for you. So I've got all these different steps that I created. So we'll assign it, the one that I wanted is already taken, so we'll give it a new hotkey. We'll do option 1, just because that's not taken up by anything. Let's see what happens when I hit the macro, option 1, let's see what happens. Blink and you may have missed it, but The macro was able to use those tabs and various keystrokes to go through and select all the elements that I wanted it to. It did everything for me. So all I need to do is read the text, and then once I'm ready to move on to the next one, then it executes all the steps necessary to get me to the next person. I'm able to cycle through the whole roster just by doing that. So how much time has this saved me to date? This is a very handy thing. It allows you to just see how useful this thing is. I've used this macro 92 times. It saved me 29 minutes. Well, there's 3 weeks left in the quarter, so I'm going to need to do this another 150 times or so. And that's going to save me that's going to save me another half hour that I didn't have to spend doing really boring stuff. So that's the power of automation, that it cuts down the time that you need to do things, and it cuts down the energy that you need to allocate to menial, draining tasks.